We hope you enjoyed The Magicians, The Broken Crown by Rachel Lawson.
In the days when a white ship sailed to its doom, upon it rode the heir to a kingdom, and all his court, the crew and the passengers, drank and made merry. It was their doom. The prince got on a lifeboat and nearly got away, but for his drowning half-sister's cries to be saved, he ordered them to go back to save her, the drowning who saw salvation, swamped the lifeboat. The lifeboat turned over, and the prince and his sister all drowned. But a single man, a butcher, had clung to some wreckage from the ship to survive. In the days when a white ship sailed to its doom, upon it rode the heir to a kingdom, and all his court, the crew and the passengers, drank and made merry. It was their doom. The prince got on a lifeboat and nearly got away, but for his drowning half-sister's cries to be saved, he ordered them to go back to save her, the drowning who saw salvation, swamped the lifeboat. The lifeboat turned over, and the prince and his sister all drowned. But a single man, a butcher, had clung to some wreckage from the ship to survive. He alone lived, and everyone else died.
A plump, slightly greying, long-haired, light brunette woman in her late 40s sat alone on her single bed, the room dim except for the glow of her computer screen. She was still in her day clothes, a t-shirt and blue jeans, sitting with her computer on her pillows at the head of the bed. She faced the computer, her back to the bed's foot, with her headphones on, lost in the music and her thoughts. She didn't notice the air shift behind her. A man in black appeared at the foot of the bed as if he had stepped out of the darkness itself. He watched her for a moment, then quietly walked around the side of the bed and laid a gentle hand on her back, leaning slightly to look at the computer screen. She jumped, startled, ripping off one headphone and twisting around. "Oh, it's you, my friend," she said, breath catching as she calmed. She pulled the headphones fully off, relief softening her face. "Doing a bit of family tree work?" the man asked, leaning in to look at the screen. His eyes flicked over the names she had open. "I've heard of a lot of them. Are they your ancestors?" "Yes," the woman said proudly. He studied the page with growing amusement. King Stephen, Empress Matilda, Robert, Earl of Gloucester, King John, King Philip Augustus. He chuckled. "Looks like your family argued a lot." "Yes," she said, smiling back. "What were you listening to?" he asked. "A song I wrote about the beginning of the Anarchy. A tragedy. It's about the white ship disaster." Her expression softened. "I lost a few great-aunts and uncles on it. Apparently King Stephen and Robert, the Earl of Gloucester, were supposed to be on it too, but they left before it sailed." "Lucky for you," the man said lightly. "Yes," she agreed, her smile widening. "And lucky for my distant cousins Emily Dickinson and Edgar Allan Poe. They were King Stephen's descendants too, from what I've found." "Oh, really?" he said, eyebrows lifting. She nodded. I was thinking what the world would be like if we could go back in time and change the past. Could we fix it? He tilted his head. Surely you don't want to kill your ancestors. No, she said seriously. Stop the war. How? He asked, genuinely curious. How? By showing them they're related, the woman said. They know they are. That's the problem, the man replied. No, by showing them they have me, a descendant of all of them. You aren't a queen, he said, baffled. I know, she laughed. Then what do you mean? I'm their descendant. I carry their blood. He folded his arms. I doubt a holy grail bloodline is going to fix anything. Before she could answer, the world lurched. A heartbeat later, they were standing in a bright open field. The bed, the room, the computer, all gone. The woman stumbled and fell to the grass. Was that you? She gasped. No, the man said, kneeling to help her up. Are you all right? Yes. Where are we? He sniffed the air, scanning the horizon with a frown. My guess? The Anarchy, somewhere in England. How? Why? My brother, he muttered. Tempus, the timekeeper. He's a fan of the Anarchy. Him again, she groaned. I met him once. He sent my ancestor William Marshal home when I met him in the park. The man sighed and waved his hand. Their clothes shimmered and shifted. He now wore the black armour of a knight, and she found herself in a blue gown. Her glasses and Alice band vanished with the transformation, leaving her long hair blowing into her face. I can't see Lance, she said, blinking. All right, Lance replied, and with another flick of his hand, her glasses and Alice band reappeared neatly in place. Thank you. I can see now, she said, straightening her glasses. Unaware that her lazy right eye was wandering left again, as it sometimes did. Lance wondered if it still worked like that, but didn't ask. He was used to it. They walked for a bit and happened across a battle. The soldiers regarded them as suspicious, so they were taken to the leader who was in an important negotiation with one of their enemy's leaders. Sire, we found these people in our camp, a knight said to his lord, a clean-shaven man wearing a kingly tunic and a crown, a king who looked about the woman's age, turned to face them. Oh, who are they? He asked in his own language. The woman speaks gibberish, but the lad speaks our language, said the knight. What did he say? Asked the king, looking at the odd-looking woman who had a slightly otherworldly appearance and a very distracting, lazy eye. He says he is Sir Lancelot, said the laughing knight. Does that make the Lady Queen Guinevere, the enemy leader, a Scottish king, joked to the Norman king? Lance rolled his eyes. What's so funny? The woman asked, not understanding the joke. He asked if you were Queen Guinevere, as I am Sir Lancelot, Lance told her. That sounds like an odd dialect of English, not gibberish, said the Scottish king. Yes, said Lance in Norman, his Australian accent unmistakable. Good thing we have a translator, the knight said. Where have you come from, my friend? Asked the Norman king. First, who are your lordships? Lance asked, bowing slightly. He is King Stephen of England, the knight said, pointing at the younger king. And he's King David, he added, pointing at the older Scottish king. You're kidding me. He'd beat Goliath easy, Lance teased. He knew exactly who they were. He'd seen a video on MeTube about the Anarchy, and he was fighting on his niece Empress Matilda's side. The woman, hearing their names, looked at them in awe. Methinks the lady has heard of us, said King David, smiling. Lance, they are my great-granddads, the woman practically sang in her monotone alto voice. I know, Lance replied. I saw their names. King David looked at her curiously. What did she say, my friend? Asked King Stephen, equally curious. I think she claimed us. She called us her great-grandfathers, said King David, starting to question her sanity. She was nearly as old as they were, yet her attire and language spoke of a place out of their time. "I think we found a solution to this civil war," laughed King Stephen, seeing the amusing side of the situation. "You may have a point, but my people aren't ready for a united kingdom," laughed King David. The only one who spoke of the elephant in the room was a 4-year-old with a wooden toy sword. He tugged at King Stephen's cloak and asked, with the innocence and freedom of a child, "My king, is the lady mad?" "We don't know what she is yet, young one," King Stephen said gently. "What a cute little boy," the woman said, seeing but not understanding him. "Who are you, other than a man with a sharp wit?" King David asked Lance. "Who is the boy?" the woman asked curiously. "He's young William Marshal, the son of John Marshal," said King David, who understood her a little. "Rachel, no, don't they think you're mad as it is?" Lance interrupted. Rachel looked at the boy ecstatically and hugged him. "He must be her great-grandfather," joked King David. "Undoubtedly," said King Stephen. He was, many times over, through nearly all his future children. The boy fought his way out of her arms. "Rachel, leave the boy alone. You don't just hug cute children you don't know. Not here," Lance said, pulling her away. "He's William Marshal, the greatest knight, the English regent, my—" Rachel sang in her monotone voice. "They know," Lance said, glaring at her. Rachel looked hurt that her great-grandfather had rejected her embrace. "You seem to have another pretender to your throne, the boy," said the amused Scottish king. "Now, not only is he the greatest knight, he is the regent of England too." "I don't need an army, it seems. Just a small boy with a toy sword. Your side has reason to be worried," teased King Stephen, scruffing the boy's hair affectionately. The boy looked a mess and walked away. He thought the lady was mad. He was just a small boy who dreamed of being a knight. "Who are you? Her keeper?" the boy asked Lance. "No, her friend," Lance said, glancing at Rachel, worried about what the kings might do to them, and what he might have to do to protect her, and what that might do to the future. "Tempus, the joke's over. Take us back to the future," Lance shouted. A portal in time opened beside them. "They are witches," the boy whispered in disbelief. "She is from the future. She may be our descendant, my brother king. The boys too," said King Stephen. "Yes," said King David, more than slightly confused. "Come on, Rachel," Lance hissed, stepping into the portal. "Yes, I am. Empress Matilda and Robert, the Earl of Gloucester, were my ancestors too," Rachel called before she stepped through. The portal melted into nothing. Later, King David spoke to his niece, Matilda, and her half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, about what had happened. "I wish I were with you," said Matilda. "You are taking it calmly. She was with a warlock," said King David. "A magician, not a warlock. They are the rulers of time and the universe," Robert told him seriously. "You know them?" asked King David. "We went to the future and met some magicians," Matilda said. "You were the lucky one, though." King David stared at them, utterly flabbergasted.
Into the past and see you. You are far away from me, yet I'm so close to you. I am you. I'm part of you, yet I'm not you. I am one of your future descendants, lost from you. 1,000 years have passed since you lived. I know you, but don't know you. I know your fate, but you can't see me. We are lost in time's cruel wake, never to meet each other, never to meet. Lost in dreams, lost in time, lost in love, never to meet.